All right. How's it going, chat? I just rolled out of bed. Hey, chat. All right. Because this season has not been good. Oh, audio's muted.
And we have more like the Siege Cup coming in.
Okay.
Phase. We
Apologies.
have balancing changes. We have Action 2.0 coming online, and we have so much more for you. We can't wait to dig into it. So let's begin.
All right.
Let's talk about an important topic right off the bat.
We also have
Cheating
drops,
and
chat.
toxicity are not just concerns for you, they are critical issues for us as well. To address this, we've restructured our team to dedicate even more resources to these challenges. Now, to share exclusive details and updates on the current and upcoming player protection projects, here's Alexander Karpazis and product owner Lancelot.
Clout, thank you for this on the Big Panda. And Shade Slayer, thank you very much for the 70-month resub. I hope next season is good because this past season was boring. I agree.
We have 6 detection systems running at any given time so that we can catch teams. And we're constantly improving these systems. On top of this, we want to talk about a pillar as well for our anti-cheat, which is binary hardening. Binary hardening is the act of obfuscating and making it harder for cheat makers to access the game. Think of it like a giant library.
Okay.
Where a cheat maker is trying to find a specific book. For us, we'll be trying to change that book's location as much as possible. And even on top of that, changing the shelves and the entire library so that it's as confusing and as hard for a cheat maker as possible, so that in the end, they cannot effectively make cheats for our game. When it comes to Siege Cup, for those that have won and have cheated, they will be banned. But of course, their teammates will have access revoked from Siege Cup as well, ensuring that competitive integrity remains in Siege. Another area of improvement is time to ban.
Let's see.
75% of bans are happening 12 hours sooner now. And this is something that we'll be working on in the future to reduce that time as much as possible. As you may have seen in our August update for anti-cheat, the team has grown in size. It's now a multidisciplinary team that is actually one of the largest in-house anti-cheat teams in the world for any given project.
Well, hopefully it does something, because it's been bad.
We're totally dedicated to making sure that Siege is the best it can be when it comes to anti-cheat.
Yeah.
In the anti-toxicity team, our mission is simple.
I mean, it's been bad for cheating, dude. There's been a lot of, claims that they're going to improve things, so, I'm looking for more results more than just, these are all great things that they're saying, but I need actual results. Slayer Domain, thank you 33 months. Rich Dollars, thank you 56 months. Clout for the 7 months.
Transparency, understandability,
and Irmo, thank you for the sub.
The reputation system has some weaknesses and is not trusted by the community.
The reputation system does not work at all.
Overhaul it means reviewing its structure, the action that are feeding it, and
I love when I have voice chat off, text chat off, exclusively 5-stack, and I'm consistently respectable because the losers on the enemy team just report me for no reason.
To give you access to those changes in YANA in S4. The system will remain in beta. It means no impact on standing until we are 100% confident it meets your and our standards of transparency, understandability, and clarity. Additionally,
well, the enemy team just shouldn't be able to report you for anything if you don't have text chat on. Like, what else,
When you
except for
back to
cheating?
Operation Twin Shells, things are gonna have a brand new look. Please welcome senior game designer Vladimir Kozik to walk you through the new post-action report. Plus, game director Joshua Mills is here to talk about boosting the abilities
Playing ranked
of
after
your
this?
drones.
Probably not.
In new season, we are introducing post-action report in a completely new dimension. Instead of operator cards, there will be a new screen with teammates represented as 3D operators located on the same map they just played. Here they can command teammates and opponents. On the next screen, instead of sequence of separated tabs, all progression like crank,
I
clear,
actually like
fall back,
this.
also including
This is
challenges,
really
will
nice.
be comfortably organized on a single page layout that
I hated
highlights the
scrolling
most
through everything.
important information. I'm so excited with this update. I can't wait our players try it out and share their feedback with us.
I actually like that a
Drone
lot.
Boost is a new feature coming to our attacker lineup. The goal here is to continue
This is
to
cool,
reinforce our
by the way.
attackers, make sure they have the tools to get the job done. Intel is king in Siege, and keeping your drone alive is crucial to getting that intel. Some of the changes we did to Solus helped with that, but we want to go further. We want to give more power to our players, specifically the attackers. So Drone
Your
Boost
drone is a
means
nitrous
you can
tank.
actually boost your drone a maximum of 3 times, 3 seconds per boost. You can cancel it mid-boost. So you
Dude,
quickly
look at the
evade, quickly
animation.
close distances, and
It's like a
each
Naruto
boost, once
run.
expended, takes 6 seconds to recharge. So the boost
You
control
hate
system
this
is actually
for
kind of
drone
similar to
boosting,
Maverick's torque.
or the
It means that
after
you can
screen?
cancel the action at any time, and it doesn't fully deplete the boost. So you can cut up a boost as needed, but again, you'll only have 3 full ones. Drone boost isn't limited to just the default drone. The Kludges from Bravo, or even Twitch's drone,
Yeah, any
can
drone
also
has
take
it.
advantage of this feature. If Mozzie happens to get his hands on one of these drones and there's still charges left, so that's the key factor here. If there's still charges on that drone,
Fast
now
and
the
the
Mozzie's
Furious
used.
Drone Edition.
So the future of drones in Siege is really focused on their economy, which means making sure they can survive longer, or at least giving our players the ability and the tools they need in order to make sure their drones can survive longer. They should be used more regularly in the middle and late game of the rounds, and we want to make sure that you have those tools in your arsenal to be able to make things happen.
I think that's a good change. I wonder how that's going to be.
This next
People that are on
update is for
console,
you.
what do you think about that
The
change?
new Siege Cup beta is coming this season for select players to test their 5 stats
Ooh.
in intense tournament play. A new reward system is coming as well for both Siege Cup and ranked matches. Plus, a few more interesting updates that live content director Christopher Budgeon is going to tell you all about.
So I'm actually really excited for this. So this is like a
In year 9,
built-in
season
tournament,
3,
pretty
Operation
much.
Twin Shells, we're happy to announce the beta of Siege Cup. We made the decision to restrict Siege Cup beta to the PC platform because we can be much more reactive. If
This is
something
cool,
happens
dude.
with the Siege Cup, we can address it much faster than with other platforms. We really want to launch Siege Cup in its full form in year 9, season 4. Competitive integrity is imperative for Siege. That's why having a beta to make sure we can register the squads, formulate the brackets, distribute the rewards, we have to get it right. To register your team for the Siege Cup beta, follow the QR code or the link that you see on the screen, and get ready
I'm
for
doing it
news
now.
about the first Siege Cup coming your way. With Siege Cup,
In!
you have to register as a 5-stack, meaning that you have to bring 4 of your friends, get ready to compete until
There
the
we
tournament
go.
is over. Once the Siege Cup starts, you're there, committed to the Siege Cup, to play until you get eliminated, or of course, win the tournament. We see the Siege Cup beta as our most competitive play.
I want to scan it,
even more
dude.
so than ranked,
Oh, here you go,
because
chat.
the stakes are extremely high.
Okay, well,
The first Siege Cup will be near the beginning of year 9,
Whatever.
season 3. And
I'm in
after
the way.
finish of the first tournament, we'll run another every 2 weeks. for
I'm in the way
remainder
of the
year 9
QR code,
season.
I know.
In year 9, season
I'll put it-
3,
I'll put
we're
it.
introducing a new currency called competitive coins. Competitive coins are exclusive to our competitive
Ooh.
playlists, that being ranked and Siege Cup. Get as far as you can within the ranks, as well as play as many Siege Cups as you can to get competitive coins to open these exclusive packs. In year 9,
Ooh.
season 3, all console
All
players
right.
will receive 1 free competitive pack. Move up the ranks, get as many competitive coins as you can.
I actually like this, dude. It's kind of like
open packs in that collection.
you could have a little tournament
Starting
every
in
day,
year 9,
basically.
season 3, when you're waiting for your next match,
This is
whether it's in
huge.
ranked, quick match, or even the Siege Cup, you'll be able to enter the shooting range to stay warmed up, ready for your next match. Additionally, we've also added
You can
a
play the
cover
shooting range
feature
while you're
within
queuing
the
for
aiming
ranked.
lane. Now you can have covers pop up from the
Ooh.
ground, dummies will hide behind them, and take position as you try to eliminate them as you
Is
warm
that
up
me
your aim.
aiming? No, I'm kidding.
Both PC and console players will be able to enter the shooting range during matchmaking.
Ooh, and it's available on
1v1s
console
have
too.
become more popular within Siege, and that's why we've now added a 1v1 custom preset in custom game.
They
There are
finally
two
did it!
presets for 1v1s in custom game, short and long. The short preset allows you to play 6 rounds.
This is the Jinxie
with 4
playlist.
rounds to win and 1 overtime round. In the long preset, it's the first to 8 rounds, but if the match gets tense and it's really tight, there are 3 overtime rounds. In both of the 1v1 presets, all maps are available. The prep phase has been lowered to 20
I'm a
seconds.
day walker
It's
today.
perfect for one player to get set up and ready for the attack. The bomb game mode is the featured game mode in both 1v1 presets. Roles swap every round. You play attack, then defense.
I wish
This
that
will
we would
continue
swap
until
roles again
whoever
in ranked. That'd be
finally wins the
nice.
match.
With every new season, the question arises.
Oh, that's cool though. I think it's good that they put a 1v1 playlist in there.
And how will they change? Game designer David Perpignan has all the answers, plus spoilers. It's Solus.
I just woke up. I just set an alarm. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go back to sleep after this.
We are implementing the second round of changes for Solis. We know that our previous package was a bit harsh. We've been monitoring data just to see that everything went well. What we've seen is a decrease in ban rate and also in presence, but a steady trend on win rate. This new wave of changes for Solis is based in 3 pillars. The first pillar is the detection mechanic. Now Solis will use only the center of the screen to detect the gadgets.
So only the
and those
middle of the
gadgets will
screen
be
for
unidentified.
Solus
You
works.
won't know what they are. The second pillar is
You
the
can't tell what they are.
scanning or identification mechanic. Now we call it overclock, and once you trigger the overclock, your energy is pre-filled, and you'll be able to see every gadget in the center of
You have to
the
basically
screen as
use
identified.
energy.
You'll know what they are. Aside from that, Solis will emit a warning to every observation tool in the enemy team within the range of detection, so they will know that you are overclocking and that you are seeing their gadgets.
Oh,
The third
nice.
pillar is the energy access. Now Solis Spec IO will last longer and will require less energy to be activated while reloading. Also, these new changes give us more balancing levers that will help us adjust Solis in the future.
I hate Solus, so I'm fine with this change.
Dokaevi
But I think
right
this
now
that
can
definitely
generate
gotta.
resources in Defenders,
They're certain
specifically at
oblivion.
the beginning of the round. That's why we're taking a look to the resource management.
This is a
feature.
great change. I'm so happy
Now,
with
Doka will
this.
start with 0 charges at the beginning of the round, and we'll get one every 45 seconds, but only up to 2 per round. These changes should reduce the pressure.
So basically,
on the
45
system
seconds in, you
from
get
the
one
defensive
doke call.
setup. And Dokaevi,
Then you have to wait
players will
45
be
more.
encouraged to survive
It's in between the
longer
two.
to have a greater impact in the match. Global abilities like Dokaevi's Logic Bomb have a great impact in the game, and sometimes with little effort from the players. We are aware of this, and we will take a look at it in the future, being part of bigger changes for the
This is nice because it stops Dokubi from
So,
just
now,
hitting a
this is
charge
the
and
goal.
running
We
in.
think that camera scrubbing and intel deception is how stealth should look in Rainbow, and that's what Nock does. The changes we are making are affecting how Nock's ability consumes energy. Instead of being time-based, they will be action-based. That means that some
This is
actions
kinda
like
crazy.
walking won't consume any of your energy, but if you sprint or shoot, your energy will be consumed. These changes aim to make Nock more
See,
playable.
look,
We
right
want
now,
them to be better
The
at flag
energy
watching,
on Knock is not
closing
going down at
rotations,
all.
and increasing the uncertainty on defenders. We want them to feel
This would be
stress
so
among
annoying.
Knock
You could
and
ju-
smokes.
you could just hold an
79
angle
is
for the
getting
whole
fast. We are
round.
removing its recoil to make it more comfortable when
And the
you're using
FMG is
longer
crazy
distance,
now.
specifically when you're using magnified scopes. The objective of these changes is
I'm
to
sure my editors
improve
will throw
the
some
player
clips in, but
perception
dude,
and
I was
balance of
frying
both
with that
operators
thing.
while keeping the frustrations away. There will be more changes in this season. For example, we're taking a look at the proximity alarm and its synergy with Sentry, and also at the delayed timer for explosions on the Claymore.
Oh, that's
A big
good.
update for Versus AI is coming in Operation Twin Shell.
Overall, I'm not gonna lie. The knock change is gonna be annoying potentially. There's gonna be that loser that just baits underneath a default cam.
For more, here's AI programmer Ariel Moncha Delaire.
No, the knock change is gonna be so. It's gonna just allow people to be more
Versus AI
annoying.
is a game mode designed for new players
They could just sit under a camera and the energy of Solus never goes, or sorry, of Knock never goes away. You could just sit there the whole round and hold an angle.
We introduced Versus AI for the first time.
And your sensor will never go off until you sprint.
Operators to play with and against, more supported maps, and we keep integrating more AI behaviors. This season will be significant. We're introducing Versus
the AI game mode.
2.0.
Hopefully there's an improvement.
Asymmetrical game, we want to give the players the opportunity to play the other side. For the first time, players are going to be able to play the defenders against a full team of AI attackers. The AI attacker team will feature 5 operators: Ash, Thatcher, Termite, and Sledge.
I'm good with this. This is always a good thing.
Able to choose between 16 operators,
no complaints
here.
here.
The new one, Scopos. New players are gonna have the opportunity
I did
to
have
to those attackers' behaviors.
I did have an AI bot the other day just sit in a corner and try to shoot my drone and waste all of their ammo while missing every shot for like 200 bullets. Like quite literally, they wasted every single bullet.
Similar to a casual game, the player is gonna enter as either a defender or an attacker against a full team of AIs. They're gonna play on one of our 8 supported maps, and after 2
I
rounds,
play the
they're
AI
gonna
game
switch
mode
sides.
for the weekly
We've heard your
challenge.
feedback, and we want to make sure that Versus AI gives a real feel of what it's like to play Siege.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. The AI game
Now
mode
time
is
to talk
memes.
about
It's
the new
fun.
Operator, Scopos. This Greek defender brings a new dimension of
All right, new
tactical
op.
possibilities to the fight through her twin shells, Talos and Colossus. For insight into the visual design of this operator, we'll hear from art director Joanna Sui, and for a breakdown of the new gameplay opportunities she offers, we'll go to game designer Justin Laurent Alualia.
So I could tell you guys about the new operator after this, basically. Yeah, I like the AI game mode, dude. It's a good warm up sometimes, and like it can be kind of fun, and it makes me laugh a lot. There's like funny memes that come out of it.
Scopos is from Ravenshield era, and her name is Coris Galanos. Her visual design is really based off of her story background and the trauma that she went through. In the anime that was released from the Year 9 Season 1, in the mission there was Daniel Bogard and Jared Morris at that time trying to stop the bomb maker. In the end, you see a giant explosion, and it was actually exactly that moment where she stopped being able to walk. Ever since then, she's a wheelchair user. She's been in a relentless chase trying to seek prosecution to stop Deimos. All that toll took an effect on her face. She looks very gaunt. She has eye bags, wrinkles, and wear and tear. Scopos is a master strategist. She adapted her wheelchair into her command center like a pilot seat. She uses the shells to be part of the action. In game, you can hear her, you can see her.
So you
face,
don't actually use the
her
wheelchair
smile.
in game, chat, for all those that were
designing
wondering.
Her wheelchair and the robots, we really had in mind to make sure that she feels very grounded. So we went with analog, old technology look. We really want to establish the fact that it's not smart AI robots. They're not invincible. They can be destroyed. When she loses Talos, Colossus, she's losing a part of her again. So for the design of the robots, we wanted to differentiate the two, so you can identify them easily on the field.
We'll talk about it in a sec.
And the antennas, the shoulder pads, and colors and patterns are distinct to one another. We made sure to have the analog look by physically having buttons that you can push. They're wires that you can see, and they're not touch screens. They're not holograms. They are something that you can touch and feel.
Auto
Back when
nerf.
she was a field agent,
Well,
Curie surveyed the area from
They
a
are
far
like,
distance.
we'll talk about it in
Now,
a sec.
she still watches from a distance, but in a different way. Thanks to her new tech, Scopos is able to maintain a wide network of control unlike any other defender. That's because what Scopos brings to the field is not one, but 2 remotely controlled robotic operators. These shells, named Talos and Colossus, make up the V10 Pantheon system.
So there it
At any
is.
given moment, one of Scopos' shells will be in an active state, where it functions like an operator, while the other remains in an idle state, where it functions like a powerful piece of defensive utility. Scopos' control
This is kind of
allows her to
crazy,
swap the
chat.
states of these
I'm
shells,
telling you guys.
quickly delivering offensive or defensive power.
You
where
could
it's
basically
needed most.
teleport around the map.
Scopos' active shell works much like any other operator. It can move, shoot, and use gadgets. It's also Scopos' primary lifeline. If a shell is destroyed while it's active, Curie's link is severed, and she's functionally dead for the rest of the round. 2 bodies does not mean 2 lives. Meanwhile, Skopos' idle shell will take on a defensive posture, deploying an integrated shield that functions much like a deployable shield secondary gadget. While in this state, the idle shell can be used as an observation tool by Cure and her allies.
Yeah, pretty much a cam.
Additionally, Skopos can access her idle shell's camera directly at any time.
Or
with the
transfer
gadget
at any time, too.
While Skopos is looking through her idle shell's camera,
Unless you're dead.
she'll have the option to swap shells. Activating the swap sequence will put her active shell into idle mode and put her idle shell into active mode. The only catch is that the active shell needs to be in a position where it can deploy its shield to perform the swap. Skopos' HUD has
So you
an
can't just do
indicator
it like
that'll make this
anywhere,
easier.
but
In fact, Skopos' HUD will display plenty of useful information about both shells, including whether the idle shell is under attack or being affected by an EMP. Skopos is a very tactically oriented operator that requires players to collect data and quickly act on it to maximize her potential. A strong Skopos player is one that makes frequent use of her idle shell to guide the actions of her active shell.
so like
For
let
most
me
players,
give you an
Skopos will
idea of
likely
how
be a shallow
Skopos could
roamer,
be used.
operating near the bomb site while having the means to extend
Check
into
this
a
out.
deeper room or
Imagine
fall back and anchor as needed.
Imagine you have a shield
strategically,
and you're
she has
in
the power to be one
EXO
of the
right
most
here,
mobile operators in the
right?
game.
You're fighting from
Skopos' idle
supply,
shell can be a very
and then you
strong
have a
piece of utility.
Skopos that's like in
Having the
kitchen
combined
in the
properties of a
freezer.
deployable
You could
shield and a
transfer to
bulletproof
that,
camera
like
gives
start
you
fighting
an offer a
them
large
from
amount of intel
supply,
from relative
transfer to your
Skopos'
Skopos,
idle shell is
whatever, I
most
don't know, to
effective
Talos
when
say,
placed in
and then
key
Colossus is in the
areas
kitchen.
for
You
the
could
defenders
flank
to
with the
hold
kitchen
so that it can provide
robot.
information and serve as a launching point for when the enemy least expects it.
The uncontrolled robot dies, it just goes away. Only your active robot. Your
Skopos
active
bringing
robot
a
is your
brand new
life.
gun to Siege, the PCX-33 assault rifle. Cure may not be bringing a sniper
This
rifle
gun
into
is
battle,
good, by
but
the
make
way.
No mistake, her shells are still packing some serious firepower.
The
This
PCX-33
weapon
is super,
precise,
super, super good.
deadly, and heavily customizable.
It feels like
making it a versatile
statistically,
tool
it's like
for a
Jaeger's
versatile
gun with no
defender.
recoil or
For a
very little
sidearm,
recoil.
Skopos carries a P229, a throwback to Cure's days.
This is
in the Greek
Habana's
Special
pistol. It's a
Forces.
good one.
Skopos also has access to secondary gadgets. These are shared between her two shells. Her first option is impact grenades, a great choice to maximize her mobility and roaming potential. Alternatively, Skopos can bring proximity alarms. These synergize
I actually
great
kind of
with
like
her
the
idle shell,
proxy
helping her
alarms.
know exactly the right time to
I feel
take
like you
action.
don't get points anymore.
Pantheon shells are two
I
health,
noticed
two speed
that.
operators, having been built for a balance between durability and mobility. Given their unique nature, Skopos' shells have a few special interactions. A good rule of thumb is to think of her active shell as an operator and her idle shell as a gadget. The first interaction you might wonder about is EMPs and gadgets
Is like
that target
playing two
electronic
operators?
devices, like IQ.
Kind of.
While Skopos' shells
It basically
are
gives you a
electronic,
point to
the
teleport
active
back and
shell
forth
has an
from.
active countermeasure that
Think of it like
protects
that.
from anti-electronic effects. It won't completely stop them, but it will prevent Skopos' active shell from being fully disabled by an EMP. This protection doesn't extend to the idle shell, however.
The idle shell gets like
Disabling
full
effects
EMP'd.
will prevent Skopos from using the camera and swap features. Skopos' greatest counter is Dokkaebi. The hacker's calls are a threat to any roamer, but they also block Skopos' strongest escape plan. Additionally, Dokkaebi's universal hack can give her team access to the idle shell's camera. Brava's Kludge drone can overheat Skopos' idle shell. However, this takes a while and gives Cure a warning on her HUD. If she's fast enough, Skopos can swap to activate her countermeasures and prevent the overheat. In addition to being an electronic gadget, Skopos' idle shell's shield can be destroyed with explosives and similar effects, leaving the idle shell
Counterplay?
exposed for an easy
Okay,
kill.
I'll give you
Glass
guys an
can also be
example of
shattered,
something that I did.
preventing allies from fully
I mean, here,
benefiting from
it's
its
telling you
ability.
right now, but I'll tell you some more
Well-placed
stuff.
ash charge, frag grenade, or florist drone can make quick work of an undefended idle shell.
The idle
biggest
shells
threats
could
to
be
Skopos
destroyed,
are
or you
her
could just
direct
shoot the
counters,
robot
where
too.
She benefits greatly from allies who protect her from them.
Like, you could just walk up to
Captures
like
Jaeger and Wamai
Talos
can
or
protect her
Colossus
idle
and
shell
just
from
shoot the
explosives.
shell.
And other denial gadgets, like those from Mute, Mozzie, and Tubrow, can stop many of Skopos'
The new gun does
current
not have an
attacks.
ACOG, no, it only has a
Being made of
hollow.
metal, Skopos' shells can't benefit from healing effects. Doc stims, Thunderbird's
Oh, you
bonus
can't get
stations, and
stimmed.
Rook's armor won't
You
help
can't
the
pick up
shells.
armor, none of that
They
kind of
also
stuff for the
can't
new
get put in a
operator.
down state,
It was
and they
actually
don't
kind of
breathe,
funny. I was like running around a
meaning they're
healing
immune to
cross
toxic
and it
effects like
wouldn't
smoke
work.
and Fenrir.
I think it was
That
cross.
last fact can open the floor to some
Or maybe it
aggressive
was Royal
combos.
Penguin, I forgot. Just somebody. I was running around trying to heal him.
Another strong approach to Skopos is to double down on intel. Maestro, Valkyrie, and Echo can offer more insight into enemy positions and even provide some distractions. That can be more than enough to let Scopos get into position and go for the
So a big counter for Scopos as well too, that
Scopos is designed to
people
embody the key aspects of
don't
being
really
a
realize too is, remember, you
gathering
could camp
information
the
and
second
swiftly
gadget,
responding to attacker
or
strategies.
I never
Scopos
did
brings a
this, but
level
you
of
could probably put a
adaptability that,
claymore on
if
it.
left unchecked, can turn the tide on
So just
even
go
the
behind the
strongest
robot,
enemies.
the second one that's
We'll be keeping a
inactive,
close
and
eye
put
on
a
her in the
claymore
test
behind it.
server
I actually
throughout
did
the
that to
season to see
Skittles
what
when we were
players can do.
playing. I went behind him, and I just was like crouched and like sitting behind the robot until he switched to operators, and I knifed him in the like just knifed him when he was like in the middle of the switching animation. So like there is a lot of counterplay for it
He's
too.
here to give you his own special brand of insight into the new operator, new balancing updates, and all that Operation Twin Shells.
So we'll see. It might end up being too OP, but I don't know. I'd rather have the operator be strong. It didn't feel like crazy when I was playing it, but I only played it for a
First
few
impression
hours.
of the new operator was definitely, oh, they've broken the game. This is it. But then when you see how it actually plays, it's amazing, it's mind-blowing, and it's definitely the most versatile operator on defense. The new weapon she's got is
Marley, dude.
another assault rifle on defense. I love it. I love that weapon. The best strategy that I've found with the new operator so far is definitely finding my typical mirror window hiding spots on defense and planting one of the shells in the corner and hoping everybody walks right past it, and then switching to the shell when needs be. And yeah, the rest is history. During the playtest, the hardest counter that I noticed, definitely feel like Flores drones are a big issue if you're leaving your body somewhere. It's gonna
People,
get destroyed.
I'm telling you, people camping
The
your
balancing changes
second
this
like
season have got me really
shield.
excited. The changes
I
to
think putting
knock are really
claymores on them will
exciting.
be a
I'm gonna
big
be
deal.
playing her completely differently to how I used to. I'm going to be sitting under cameras, and yeah, really exciting. And I'm glad to see the new Solace change as well. I think that's a great change. Now you'll know when there's a Solace below when you're droning, and I think that's amazing. Oh, the Siege Cup's going to be another level. So ranked is sweaty and fun and competitive, but Siege Cup is going to bring a whole new level of sweat and passion to Rainbow Six Siege that I can't wait for. Who will I want to challenge in the 1v1 custom match? What a silly question. Jinxie, I'm ready. Overall, I think it's a really refreshing and exciting season. Year 9 Season 3 is bringing what I think is one of the most exciting operators I've seen in a long time. I can't wait to see all the fun and different plays coming from people. And I just think overall, alongside the balancing changes, it's just going to be a great season, and I can't wait for it to launch.
And that's the full rundown for Operation Twin Shells, which is hitting the season test server tomorrow. Jump in and see how Scopus, Talus, and Colossus change the way you defend a site. And as always, remember to report issues you encounter while playing to R6Fix for a chance to earn a tidy reward for your efforts. Now, don't leave just yet, because we've got one more thing.
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
this is pretty cool.
It's Jaeger in.
Not gonna lie, I saw a cheater using this last season, so or maybe it was this season, I forgot, but it's still pretty cool. The Jaeger Exospirit Guardian Elite Set. It's available now. So, new op, player protection, hopefully with more anti-cheat measures, balancing for solo Stokubi knock. Overall, those I'm happy with. Siege Cut beta is cool, 1v1 playlist cool. After Action, I like drone boost, the verse AI. I mean, all of it seems pretty good. And this season, we're getting balancing updates, competitive packs, 2 elite skins, and a seasonal event. Test server starts next week. I'm guessing it starts on Monday. Yeah, there's packs. There's like comp packs. So that is it. That's pretty much it. So people are probably wondering on like thoughts and stuff for the new season and everything so far. So I could actually tell you guys a bit about the new season now, since like I could finally talk about it. And so far, well, actually, technically, we have 1 minute. So, yeah. Well, we could talk about what we've seen and stuff. Like the new operator, all that kind of stuff. I mean, the reveal's done. The new season so far, honestly, playing on the test server, granted, Okay, I only played for a few hours. I only played for a few hours so far. But it was pretty fun when I was playing, I will say. I did enjoy playing it. The new operator was fun to play. She didn't feel like broken when we played. So remember, you don't actually play in a wheelchair. You have like the two robots that you control. There seems to be like a lot of counterplay for the robots so that you can like, the biggest thing that didn't really get brought up in like the reveal or anything like that was like camping the robot. Like basically if you see like a second robot, like you could just like sit behind it and wait till they transfer. Like once they like transfer or like, you know, teleport basically to the other secondary robot, you just like shoot him in the back or knife him in the back or whatever. So killing one robot kills them, but well, no. So like if you kill the active robot, then the second robot just stays as a camera basically. If you kill the inactive robot, then they can't switch and they're just stuck on the main robot that they were like walking around on. They can't transfer. Yeah, you can't play the wheelchair in game at all whatsoever. It's not there. Right. The way that I'm thinking of doing it is just doing an inactive a claymore on the new op. So I think the claymore would just detonate though, honestly. I think the claymore would probably just detonate. Can you vault over the bot? I actually don't remember being able to. But then actually, yeah, you can if it's not in a corner. I do remember this now. You could vault over it. Unless it's in a corner. You can't like vault over it and sit in a corner. It's not like a deployable shield. Like basically the robot that's behind the shield takes the space of an operator. So like you can't vault and like go and use it in a corner. But if it's in a doorway, you could vault over it. Please say you know something about the Anthony cheat. I don't know anything about the Anthony cheat. I mean, there's the reveal where they said they were going to be doing all these like special things for the Anthony cheat. So like, hopefully there's something there. Hopefully there's something there. That's like about it. You know, she'll probably be a good side anchor, not a roamer. I think her strength will be if you could like, you know, probably like a good side anchor, but like being able to like switch positions, right? So like, I mean, the way that I used it, you'll see in the video, my editor should be like putting up like pretty much like right now. You actually message them. Why are these up? But anyway, basically there was a play that I made where I put one of the shells in the top floor of Oregon, and then I was like actively fighting in pit on Oregon. So I was basically sitting in pit and fighting, and then there were people on top armory. So then what I did is I teleported upstairs to like the top of the tower, and then I was shooting down on like the enemies from the tower. So like imagine this, like you're fighting people from pit on Oregon, then you go into your shell, and then you go up into the tower, and then you shoot down. And then you shoot down from like the top window into like top armory window. So like basically I was distracted. They thought there was a second person that was up in the tower. But it was just me shooting at them, and then I would switch back and forth from the two operators. So yeah, there's certain like creative things you could do like that. You can basically like cover yourself in a way. So that was like one thing. Okay, my editors, I just messaged them. They said the videos should be going up ASAP. So if you guys aren't already subbed on YouTube and following on TikTok and Instagram, there'll be a lot of content going up on those two like very shortly. A1 Promise, thank you for Twitch on 59 month 3, so welcome back. Do they share the same amount of ammo? I don't think so. I think they each have their own separate ammo pools, if I'm not mistaken. Is the HP tie between the two bots? They have their own. They have their own HP. Yeah, but you can't get healed by Doc, and you can't get Rook armor and stuff like that. So like, it's actually kind of funny when you shoot somebody with a Doc stim pistol, it just like bounces off of them and does nothing. The statue do anything to the active bot? Not really. Like, it makes the screen kind of like scratchy. That's about it. I mean, honestly, yeah, the new season looks pretty cool. I mean, so far from what I played, I only played a few hours, but considering how disappointing Operation New Blood was, which I'm not gonna lie, this is the worst season of Siege ever in my opinion. So far, I actually really like the new season so far. I don't want to overhype it and stuff, but it was actually fun playing it on the test server. It's nice seeing like an actual like a nice cool operator. Oh, I got my drop. I got my drop. Let's see. Is my mouse not working? Glad that they addressed that this season was a big letdown. Yeah. Not for nothing. I'm sorry this season was like absolute shit. It was absolute shit. This was like literally like one of the worst seasons. I think this is probably the actual worst season of Siege ever. The current season, New Blood. I mean, this current season has been loaded with cheaters. There's no new content, no new map, no rework, nothing like that. So, I mean, so far it seems better for the new season. The only thing that I'm really mad that we didn't see was a rework of shields of some kind. Mm-mm-mm. Commanding Force. Honestly, like year 9 season 1 was good. Like last season with Deimos, I felt was pretty good. But all right, chat. I'm gonna call it there though. I literally rolled out of bed so that I could stream. I probably won't be on later today. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. But remember, there's gonna be a lot of content dropping on my main YouTube channel, Instagram, and TikTok all day today. I recorded, I think, like 3 or 4 hours worth of footage, and I got a lot of really good plays and stuff like that. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy all that content. I'm going back to sleep for a few hours. Well, actually, no, I'll probably be out for the day, honestly. But, all right, take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. I might see you guys later tonight, but probably not. I think I'm going to take tonight off. So, we'll see. But I'll definitely be on. I think the test server, I believe it starts tomorrow. I don't know that for sure because I don't actually know. They didn't say a date, but I would assume tomorrow. So, I'll be on tomorrow. All right, later, everybody.